It's time for your daily dose of all things Chicago sports. This is the Daily Score. Now, here's your host, Mark Grote.
And this episode is originating from Soldier Field, where I and 62,000 plus witnessed an ugly loss for the Bears. Really not a whole lot redeeming from this game. The Bears lose to the Packers 38-20. It just looked like a team that was rusty. And, you know, as you will hear from some of the players when I take you into the locker room, there was no juice for these guys. It just didn't look like they were ready to play, and it looked like the team that they were playing against, the Green Bay Packers, were, especially once they got going, they were the converse. They looked like they were ready and they wanted it. The Bears were sloppy with penalties, pre-snap penalties, killing the Bears all day today. Some of the stuff that went on early in the game was really just set the template for the day. And with offense and defense, I'll give you that quick snapshot of that. The first drive for the Bears, and they can't convert a 3rd and 1, and then they can't convert a 4th and 1. That was, looked way too much like last year. And then the Packers, on their drive along the way to their first score, converted a 3rd and 13. And that was going on all day for the Packers. They were a team that converted 9 of 16 on 3rd down. Just to compare that to the Bears were 3 of 13 in that regard. On 4th down, one big 4th down for Green Bay turned into a touchdown, 1 of 2. The Bears were also 1 of 2 in that area. So let's start with the defense. I was in the locker room, and Jalen Johnson was speaking for the defense and some of the stuff that I was just talking about, the 3rd and 13, a 4th and 3 for a touchdown, a 4th and 3 play. The Aaron Jones 51-yard screenplay going opposite direction, that was a nightmare. I mean, that takes you back to Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers and all of that. But here is Bears cornerback Jalen Johnson trying to explain what happened with this team on this day.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we got to get back to the drawing board. I think we came out and we weren't who we thought we were, and we got to go back and continue to get better. Go back, look at the film, see where those mistakes were, see where we can improve, and keep going.
When you say you're not improving,
I mean, I feel like we preach executing, we competing at a high level, and I think we could have did that a little better tonight. And I just think we left a lot of plays out there on offense and on defense. We didn't play a complete game like we know we can. Yeah, I got these kind of close. You said what? Why what?
Why weren't you guys able to execute the way you thought?
Oh, sure. I don't know. We go out each and every practice, and we practice hard. We come out here with a good game plan. We believe in each other. We believe in the system, and it didn't work out today. So we got to go back and see where we can improve at.
Cole said he thought there was a lack of focus at times throughout the game. Would you agree?
Yeah, I would say so. I think it was some mental errors. I think a lot of on the offensive side and the defensive side. So I think it's nothing about the physical or anything like that. Just being, like you said, locked in mentally and focused.
Yeah, that was.
We human. I feel like at the end of the day, there's times where you guys aren't locked in. Anytime you miss something or don't do your job all the way right 100% of the time, and I think that's just what it is. I think people lose sight that we're humans too. We're gonna mess up, and it's our first game too. So I mean, it is what it is. We got to keep going, keep getting better.
Yeah, I mean, everything you said was right. It's pretty real. I mean, the most devastating part of that is, we're not who we thought we were going into the season. And obviously, because, they definitely, there was a build-up. And maybe they are. Maybe they are. I mean, let's face it. The Bears defense was no good last year. And on big plays, they were very similar to what they were last year. How about DJ Moore, the prized possession offensively this year of the Bears? Really just couldn't get involved much in this game. 2 catches for, he's like way down the list. 2 catches for 25 yards on the day. Darnell Mooney led the wide receivers, 4 catches, 53 yards. That tells you the kind of day it was in general in terms of getting to the receivers and to the playmakers, which Justin Fields was not able to do enough. Fields on the day, 24-37, 216 yards. Let's hear from DJ Moore now on this 38-20 loss. We'll also talk about the lack of targets that came his way. Here's DJ Moore.
Yeah, for sure. Don't nobody want to lose a home opener, especially against a in-conference opponent. This game was hyped up. We didn't bring the juice and hype to the party today. We lost, and we just got to go back to the drawing board, go on to Tampa this week.
Are you surprised you didn't see more action? I mean, you had 2 nice catches there on one drive and not targeted the guy?
Nah, I mean, it's football. At the end of the day, the defense was kind of pushed over to me, so it was hard to see me. And I understand that, and we just got to learn from it and build on.
To a game like this, and it obviously doesn't go the way you guys want it, how do you shake it off?
Just going back. I just said it to somebody. We just gotta go back, look at the film. Look at the things we could have did better on, and the things that we know we didn't do well on. We just gotta hone in on them and just fix it.
Well, it is very. I mean, obviously, this is something that the Bears had to expect, and that we would expect, that DJ Moore is going to get a lot of attention from defenses, and they took advantage of it to some degree with Darnell Mooney, with the 53 yards receiving. But that is, I promise you, that will be a connection that they make a point of fixing. And I will bet you the one thing that you will see, I don't know if the Bears are going to beat Tampa Bay. I have no idea. I haven't even really started work on that. But one thing that they are not going to tolerate is DJ Moore having low target, low volume games. And that's something that, as DJ Moore said, he was not blowing anything out of proportion, that Justin Fields, and they're going to have to learn from that and make that better. Look, that's the life of the number one receiver in the NFL. They're going to get a ton of attention, and it is up to the quarterback to find that person. Let's go back to the defensive side of the ball, and DeMarcus Walker making his Bears debut. He did have a couple of tackles in this game. And look, he was one of the guys that barely played in training camp just because he was injured most of the time and didn't play in the preseason. So, and he admits there was a little bit of rust. Here's DeMarcus Walker.
Yeah, I mean, first time playing football in over a month, you know what I'm saying? So dusting a little rust off was definitely like the first half I was feeling myself. But, I mean, we're going to get better. Me and Yannick, we're going to start getting those guys going. Justin Jones, Bill, get the rookies get in the rotation and start making plays.
What's the key for this entire group to try to regroup from this?
Details. I think that's what beat us today, is the details. Field position, penalties, killed us.
Details. Yeah, I mean, that's what everybody was talking about. I mean, I'll say this. I mean, losing locker rooms are never a fun place to be for a reporter, but there was a lot of guys standing by their lockers available to talk, and the message was the same. They knew why they lost this game. They were sloppy. Then the details were not good. So give them a little bit of credit in that regard. Jordan Love today, 15 of 27, 245 yards, and was very good. Didn't look great early. Nobody looked great early, but I will say, like, some of those conversions, the 3rd and 13, the 4th and 3 touchdowns, I mean, he was money on those plays. And, you hate to see it if you are a Bears fan, for sure. Yeah, the 51-yard screen to Aaron Jones. I'm just looking at my notes and seeing if I've left anything out. Chase Claypool had a rough game, dropping a couple balls. Braxton Jones was holding or false starting every chance that he had, it seemed like, in this game. How about the killer 4th and long play to Musgrave, the new tight end for Green Bay? All those things. Like, there just were some big holes in the defense and not an execution on the offense. Last cut I want to play for you is Cole Kmet, and he was in line with just about everybody else in that locker room. Here's Cole.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, just lack of focus, really. I mean, sometimes holding penalties happen, and it is what it is, but it just seemed to time out where it was either that first play or we were negative on the first play. So we just got to be better coming out when we start off a drive, and those first 2 plays are really important. Look, this is a big game just because of the Bears backers, and so it's a big game for us. But at the end of the day, it's 1 of 17, and look, it hurts. We didn't expect this to happen, but got to be able to regroup here, and Tampa will be here before you know it. So,
how demoralizing can those pre-snap penalties be?
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, it's tough to overcome. First and 20 is pretty tough. It's basically, you have to get now 2 first downs and 1, and starting off second 20 isn't great either. So, they're just drive killers. It changes the play calls, and especially where we are on the field, you get back. If you get in a backed up situation, kind of limits some of the stuff that Luke can call, and strategically, then you're trying to get breathing room for the punt, or just trying to get room off of the end zone. So those are things we just can't have happen, and we got to be better going into next week.
For a different scenario, how dispiriting is it when you guys have 2 downs to get 1 yard early in the game, 3rd and 1, 4th and 1, you're not able to?
Yeah, that was tough. The first one, I didn't think I got it. The second one, I did think Justin got it. But, tough to start the game off like that. I thought we came out a little nice on those first few plays, and, you could feel the energy in the guys and stuff, and it just kind of came to a halt with those 2. So, not a good deal for sure.
I thought, Justin Fields, again, the numbers are the numbers. 24 of 37, 216 yards, a touchdown, and a pick. The pick was rough. It was a pick 6. Fields also had a fumble. They had a decent amount of fumbles last year, but a lot of times they recovered them, did not have the benefit of that in this game. So it was a rough one, I thought, for Justin Fields. We asked Matt Eberflus straight up, what did you think about his performance? His answer was, I got to check the tape. So that's I thought that was a pretty good way of dodging what he thinks he saw out there, and I don't think he saw a lot of good play from his number one quarterback. There was the one drive where the Bears had the 37-yard field goal, 12-play, 52-yard drive. He hit DJ Moore for 11 yards and 14 yards. I think Foreman had a nice 11 or 12-yard play on that one as well. Fields himself had a couple of nice runs. Unfortunately for the Bears, that ended in a field goal, and they did not pick up where they left off in that drive. Things just sort of went down the tubes after that. So after week 1, the Bears go down to the Packers. They are 0-1 after a 38-20 loss to Green Bay. The Bears will be at Tampa Bay next Sunday. I will be at Haugh all week trying to figure out what happened in this game and previewing the next game. That's it for today on the Daily Score. For our executive producer, Ray Diaz, I'm Mark Grote. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.